Let me tell you something that might hurt your feelings. 80% of your workout is wasted. Not ineffective, not suboptimal. Wasted. You're showing up, you're sweating. You're drinking the neon pre-workout that tastes like radioactive Kool-Aid. But most of your reps, they're ghosts. They look real, they feel real, but they don't count. And the worst part? You don't even know they're haunting your gains. Welcome to the Ghost Rep Theory. And if you're new here, this is Gains Guy, where we expose gym lies and protect your muscle from bad decisions. Now let's talk about what a ghost rep actually is. A ghost rep is when your body moves, but your target muscle clocks out. It's when your ego lifts the weight, not your biceps. It's when you swing so hard on curls, it looks like you're trying to start a lawnmower from 1997. It's when your squat depth is so shallow your knees barely sent a text message to your hamstrings. It's when you bench press and your entire rib cage, spine, and ancestors are involved, except your chest. That's a ghost rep. It exists physically, but it produces nothing spiritually. You ever watch someone bench press? Rep 1 is beautiful. Rep 2 is controlled. Rep 3 looks promising. Then Rep 4 hits, and suddenly it's a full-body exorcism. The bar is shaking. The face turns red. There's a noise that sounds like a dying walrus. And somehow they rack it and say, "Yeah, bro, 12 clean." Clean? That was a paranormal activity documentary. Now here's where it gets personal. When I first started lifting, I thought I was different. I was curling 40-pound dumbbells. At least that's what I told people. But when I finally recorded myself, it looked like I was trying to launch the dumbbells into space. My lower back was doing CrossFit. My legs were assisting. My shoulders were confused. My biceps? On vacation. I trained like that for 8 months. 8 months! I blamed genetics. I blamed my metabolism. I blamed my sleep. I even blamed protein powder brands. But the truth? I wasn't training hard. I was training loud. There's a difference. Most people in American gyms aren't weak. They're impatient. We live in a country where Amazon delivers same day. But muscle demands tension, time, control. And we hate that. We rush reps like we're late for something important. Bro, where are you going? The dumbbell isn't going anywhere. You're not in a rep emergency. Slow down. If you can count your 10 reps in under 12 seconds, congratulations, you just speed ran muscle loss. And then people say, I did 5 sets. Yeah, 5 sets of what? Because if the muscle wasn't under tension long enough, you basically did cardio with extra steps. And this is why 80% of workouts are wasted, because people think exhaustion equals growth. It doesn't. Being tired is not the same as being stimulated. You can leave the gym exhausted and unchanged. That's called ghost fatigue. You burned energy. You didn't build tissue. And ego lifting, that's ghost rep's older brother. You ever see someone load up 3 plates on squat, descend 4 inches, and come up screaming like they just saved the economy? That wasn't a squat, that was a respectful nod to the floor. Meanwhile, there's a quiet guy in the corner, squatting lighter weight, full depth, slow, controlled, and he looks like he escaped from a superhero casting call. Why? No ghost reps, just tension. The gym has 2 types of people, the performers and the builders. Performers want the weight to look impressive. Builders want the muscle to feel destroyed. Performers post it, builders grow from it. And I used to be a performer. I'd finish a set and immediately check the mirror, flex, adjust lighting, maybe hit a quick angle. Meanwhile, my muscles were like, bro, we didn't even work. And that's when I realized something brutal. Your first 7 to 8 reps, they're just the warm-up to the warm-up. The last 2 to 3 reps near failure, that's where the growth lives. But most people stop before that point because it gets uncomfortable, and Americans are allergic to discomfort. We will sit through a 3-hour movie. We will binge watch an entire season overnight, but we won't sit inside 10 seconds of muscle burn. The moment it burns, we rack it. The moment it shakes, we quit. And then we say, that was solid. Solid? You negotiated with gravity and lost. And here's the most dangerous part of ghost reps. They trick you. They make you feel productive. They make you believe you earned results. They create the illusion of hard work. You leave the gym sweaty, heart rate up, music blasting, and you feel accomplished. But your muscles, they barely noticed. That's why you look the same every summer. You're not bulking, you're buffering. You're stuck at 75%, always close, never changing. And I stayed there for 2 years. 2 years of bulk and cut cycles. 2 years of supplements with names like Mass Annihilator Ultra Rage X. 2 years of thinking I just needed more volume, more exercises, more days, more sets. No, I needed fewer ghost reps. Because when you remove the ghosts, every set becomes real. Every rep becomes violent. Every workout actually matters. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You start watching people in the gym differently. You start questioning your own reps. You start realizing maybe the reason progress feels slow is because most of your reps never showed up to work. And in the next part, we're going to break down exactly how ghost reps steal your gains, why your last rep matters more than your first 10, and the shift that completely transformed my physique. So let's finish this, because once you see ghost reps, you can't unsee them. And here's the brutal truth. Your first 6 to 8 reps, they're just introductions. They're polite. They're shaking hands. They're networking. Your last 2 to 3 reps near failure, that's when muscle signs the contract. That's when growth says, okay, now we're talking. But most people never reach that part. They quit right before it gets real. They stop when it burns a little. They stop when it shakes slightly. They stop when it gets inconvenient. And muscle growth lives exactly where inconvenience begins. You don't grow when it feels impressive. You grow when it feels uncomfortable. That rep where the weight slows down, that's a real rep. That rep where your brain says racket, that's the rep you need. That last rep that makes you question your life choices, that's the rep that changes your physique. Everything before that is rehearsal. When I finally understood this, my training changed overnight. I stopped counting to 12. I started counting effective reps because there's a huge difference between doing 12 reps and doing 12 reps that matter. Most people do 12 reps. Only 3 of them count. And that's why 5 sets feel exhausting, but your progress looks unemployed. You ever leave the gym tired but weirdly unsatisfied? Like you worked hard but nothing really happened? That's ghost fatigue. You burned calories, you didn't build muscle. And burning calories is easy. Building muscle is intentional. Let's kill another lie. If you're sweating, it's working. No, if sweat built muscle, Florida would be the most jacked state in America. Sweat is just your body overheating. Growth is your body adapting. And that adaptation requires tension, slow tension, controlled tension, uncomfortable tension. But instead, we rush, we bounce the weight, we let gravity win the eccentric, we escape the hard part of the rep, which is insane because the hard part is literally the only part that matters. This is where the 5-second rule changed everything for me. If a rep doesn't last at least 5 controlled seconds total, you're probably not stimulating much. 2 seconds up, 3 seconds down. No bouncing, no panic, no ego, just tension. If gravity's doing most of the work, you're not lifting the weight, you're supervising it. And when I slowed down my reps, my ego cried, because suddenly the weight I used to throw around felt heavy, embarrassingly heavy. The dumbbells I called warm-up weight started humbling me. I realized I wasn't strong, I was dramatic. I wasn't building muscle, I was auditioning for it. And the hardest part? Dropping the weight in front of people. Because ego lifting is public, but smart lifting feels private. I had to choose. Do I want to look strong today or actually be strong next year? That decision changed my body. Let me tell you about what I call the funeral set. This is the set where you stop caring about the number. You care about the effort. You push until the rep speed slows naturally. You don't quit at discomfort. You quit when the rep physically won't move. Not when it burns, not when it shakes, when it truly fails. That last slow rep, that's the funeral for your old physique. That's where growth begins. And here's the crazy part. When I eliminated ghost reps, I trained less but grew more. Less junk volume, more real tension. Less showing off, more showing up. Within 3 months, shirts fit tighter, shoulders rounded out differently, arms filled sleeves differently, and people started asking, "What program are you on?" Program? I'm on full range of motion. I'm on controlled eccentrics. I'm on stop lying to myself. No new supplements, no magic split, just 0 ghost reps. And this is why 80% of workouts are wasted, not because people are lazy, but because they're distracted. Distracted by ego, distracted by numbers, distracted by comparison. The gym is not a performance. It's a conversation between you and tension. And tension doesn't care about your followers. It doesn't care about your playlist. It doesn't care about the plates on the bar. It cares about effort, real effort, the kind you can't fake. So next time you train, ask yourself one question. Did that rep count, or did it just move? Because movement is easy. Tension is rare. And if you remove ghost reps from your training, you don't need to double your volume. You don't need to double your days. You just need to double your honesty. And if this video hit you a little too hard, good. That means you needed it. Because the difference between staying average and building something impressive is usually just a few honest reps. No ghosts, no ego, no shortcuts, just work that actually counts. This is Gains Guy, and we don't train for noise, we train for growth. Now go make your reps real.